First off, want to start out by saying, great news. Bitcoin futures ETF debuts with highest ever first day natural volume of $1 billion. ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF saw around $1 billion in volume on its opening day, with 24.313 million BITO shares changing hands. Amazing. So the one thing about this futures ETF that you got to remember is that there doesn't have to be Bitcoin bought to back the ETF into the ETF. So it doesn't actually increase the buying volume of Bitcoin. You're buying the price of Bitcoin. That's what in the form of shares. So ProShares Bitcoin Strategy Exchange Traded Fund, BITO, saw the highest ever first day natural volume for exchange traded fund, with the figure reaching a little over $1 billion by the end of opening day. It is the second overall, tailing just behind the BlackRock U.S. Carbon Transition Readiness ETF, which booked $1.16 billion in volume on its debut in April. So that just shows me that there's interest. That's all there is to it. There's interest. There's a lot of money that went into this. So what's next? There's still ETFs to be voted on, to be passed and listed. Valkyrie, this is kind of funny. Valkyrie switches the ticker of its Bitcoin-linked ETF to BTFD, echoing the obscene trading strategy just ahead of its likely launch. So BTFD, I'm going to give you a second. If you don't want to hear obscene language, then hit the mute right now. Okay, so if you're still on here, BTFD stands for buy the fucking dip, right? So I think it's, hilarious, because we're in this millennial world of buying meme stocks and meme tokens like Doge and Shiba Inu, and BTF, the diamond hands is like that's like the whole thing with all these new millennial traders and gamblers, as I think I like to call them. But definitely I think it's hilarious. But yeah, it's this ETF is actually a bigger deal than the futures ETF, because Valkyrie will need to buy Bitcoin for it. So Bitcoin will have to be bought. I don't know how else to describe how good that is if this ETF gets listed. So very important to understand that the party's not over. We have a long way to go. How long? I don't know. Could be 3 months, could be 6 months. I'm looking more at probably 2.5 more months, 3 months until we see a top. It's just a guess at this point. Breaking. $2.2 trillion asset manager PIMCO plans to buy more crypto. And I said crypto, not Bitcoin. They'll probably buy Bitcoin. I would imagine anybody who's buying crypto right now is into Bitcoin and not just I'm sorry, I'm checking my positions as well, because I'm in some positions and it's an exciting day. But I imagine that people who are buying into crypto aren't just into crypto, that they have Bitcoin in their portfolio. I would think so. Fixed income manager PIMCO is planning to increase its exposure to digital currencies such as Bitcoin after dabbling in the asset class through crypto-linked securities, offering the latest evidence that major institutions are starting to embrace the emerging asset class. What is this? This is FOMO. This is fear of missing out. The futures ETF launches, institutions and fund managers are going to FOMO into it. And then what happens? We reach all-time highs. Well, we're already at all-time highs, but we have this huge rally to the upside. Probably once Bitcoin reaches a peak, probably sell off 50 to 100,000. I mean, if we go up to $250,000, and I'm getting ahead of myself, so don't think that's my target. That's too far up there to even fathom right now. You'll see a $50,000 drop in a day. I would bet on it. And then what'll happen is you'll probably see a total $100,000 drop. And I'm just putting this into context if we see $250,000. And then you'll probably come back up to the all-time high, you'll double top, and that's when the bull run will be over and we'll enter a bear market. But getting kind of off track there, but I just always want to share that stuff and my thoughts as they come into my head. Anyways, it just shows, they're not going to put $2.2 trillion into it, but they manage $2.2 trillion, so they have quite a bit of money, so it'll be an extensive amount. So Michael's salary is killing it right now. MicroStrategy is killing it right now. So interesting. Stood out to me. I kind of said, whoa, to this. Senators pressure Facebook to immediately discontinue Novi Wallet pilot. Facebook's crypto wallet has been shot down by banking committee senators just hours after it launched a pilot. Why? Because this Coinbase, Facebook, this is essentially a bank. This would make no need for banks. You have USDT, you have USDC, you have UST, you have these stable coins that are worth $1 per one coin. So there's no, and you're earning better interest on it than you are at a bank. You'll be, if you remember, there was a news article I shared that Coinbase will allow direct payments, deposits or paychecks into Coinbase. So what do you need a bank for? I mean, you could store it in a stable coin if you don't want to take the risk of holding Bitcoin. But I mean, it is, of course they're going to shoot it down. So listen to this. Given the scope of the scandals surrounding your company, we write to voice our strongest opposition to Facebook's revived effort to launch a cryptocurrency and digital wallet, now branded Diem and Novi, respectively. And I talked about Diem a little bit in the past, and their stablecoin project, formerly known as Libra. I didn't know they'd change it. Oh, Diem is Facebook, so Diem is Libra. Anyways, my apologies. So I think it's hilarious that our government is talking about Facebook's scandals. Yes, large corporations and scandals, like, I mean, we all remember Enron and stuff like that. Where there's money to be made, there's people going to try and cheat the system. But, I mean, looks into Pelosi's insider trading. I mean, she never misses on a 100% win rate, essentially, it seems like, right? Right before something happens, there's the Hunter Biden, who I forget the name of the stock, but as soon as like the Afghanistan issue came out, it started going up and went up like 50%. They own like a 10% share in it or something like that. Let me look that up for you. I'm going to pause the video real quick while I look that up just to make sure. Okay, yeah, it's CATL, and it's hilarious that it's being blocked because of scandals and distrust, right? And it won't be truly decentralized. It'll be centralized. So I think that's what's great about decentralization, is that you don't need to trust a third party or an intermediary or a middleman to check things for you. Everything is secured by the system. And every time you buy Bitcoin, every time Bitcoin is mined, every time there's a transaction made, the system, you help secure the system. Because of the rules put in place. If you don't follow the rules, you lose money. So nobody's going to break the rules. It's impossible. You can't. Facebook cannot be trusted to manage a payment system on digital currency when its existing ability to manage risks and keep consumers safe has proven wholly insufficient. I agree with that. I just think it's funny because the government is saying that, and they're banking senators. So I'd be interested to see what Janet Yellen has to say about that, who took big amount of payments to speak for banks. And anyways, I'm not going to get into that. I spent too much time on this. I'm done with that. Let's look into Bitcoin. So let's start with the price of Bitcoin. All-time highs. Awesome. Love to see that, especially for the people, buying in the 30,000s or who bought earlier and held through the drop. Like, awesome to see. Everybody's telling me their, portfolios are at all-time highs again. That's great to see. Love to see that. Kind of stalling out here a little bit throughout the day if we look at the lower time frames. I don't see any reason why this wouldn't keep going. Obviously, nothing goes straight up in a straight line, though. What's happening right now is as Bitcoin, through these few hours has been kind of leveling off, altcoins have been starting to perk up. So you look at the total altcoin market cap, look at the gain on the day today. We're at a 4.77% gain. That's phenomenal. I mean, we've been pretty flat, through selling off the gains, buying up the dips. Looks like accumulation to me. All-time high on market cap is 1.461 trillion. We're at 1.407. And if you're in the Stock Market Mentor forum, like I said, when Bitcoin got to about 63,000, 63.5, 64-ish, I said, I'm buying the altcoins right now. I have all the Bitcoin I care to. I was buying it. I didn't get anything under 30,000, but I did get, I think, 31,500. Highest was 47,000, just because I know once it passed that point, that was where my confidence was really back. Like, we're game on, and we're back. So I don't care to have any more Bitcoin. I have all I care to, and I think the bigger gains, but the riskier gains are to be made in the altcoins. And I'm fairly comfortable with where I'm at, with where I was buying everything at. So my risk on for me. So still, not saying just to flip the switch right now. So looking at the Bitcoin dominance, we're at 46.91%. Even though Bitcoin is rising, that means altcoins are rising higher and faster, rising faster and more than Bitcoin. Hopefully that makes sense. So altcoins are moving up more than Bitcoin is, because Bitcoin's moving up and dominance is going down. We kind of looking for Bitcoin to reach this 49% level. You can't really chart Bitcoin dominance, but I do anyways. But I am looking for it to go to that like 49 area. I don't see it being done yet, even though we should start to. I'm not saying take profits, but if you're trading it, it'd be probably a good profit taking area, slowly scaling out. If you're holding long term, I think in the long term I see it going much, much higher. You look at the stochastic RSI, it's up there, 95.9. You look at the RSI at 78.16. That's an overbought territory. It could go higher than that still. It definitely could go higher than that still. We look every time, we've reached this level in the stochastic RSI, sell off. We reach a peak here, even though it's a little lower, sell off. Reach a peak here, sell off. Reach a peak here, sell off. A little selling. Reach a peak here. Now, it's not going to necessarily tank, but we'll see some selling before we continue the run. Seen some predictions of like 80 to 82,000 this month. I don't necessarily like to put a time frame on it, but we could definitely see that and then pull back down to like where we're at now. I wouldn't enter a position here. But yeah, moving on. Ethereum, looking like it wants to go back to all-time highs, breaking through resistance at 4,030. Really strong. High a day, up 6.79%. I'd be very surprised if this didn't rip through the all-time high. Very, very surprised. And then the major altcoins will most likely follow. So look at your like top 50. That's generally how it works. Trickles down. Ethereum, top 10, top 20, top 30, top 50, then trickles down to the microcap. So right now, I have all the majors that I want, right? I have my positions in those, my trades and my core holdings. I'm buying the microcaps right now because when they're ready, I want to be in at the bottom. And it's just being patient with it, and picking good projects that hopefully aren't scams or Ponzi schemes, because those do exist. Be aware that you could lose the most money in microcaps. You've seen the hacks, the DeFi hacks, just people's money just gone. So try and find secure, quality projects that have a chance, and don't put your whole portfolio into it. 5 to 10% tops of your whole portfolio, but I think, look for the higher. You're seeing it now with Luna. Was looking like crap, and then all of a sudden buyers stepped in and it's up like 20% today. Anyways, 5 altcoins that I like right now that are breaking out as we speak. First off, OMG, and we're just looking at the charts here. I love seeing 3 green candles in a row. What I would have liked to see is like continuous volume increase, but we're at the bottom of the stochastic RSI, looking to curl up. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some heavy volume and a big move back to all-time highs for OMG. Let's take a look at the history. I hate how these charts do this now. I don't know what's up with my system. But, look, we got a bottom stochastic RSI, boom, took off. Bottom stochastic RSI showed a little gain. I just showed that one. Bottomed here, took a gain. Bottomed here, slow move, rise into a gain. Let's go back a little further. We see bottom stochastic RSI here, boom, move to the upside, right? Bottom stochastic RSI here, boom, move to the upside. And not measuring necessarily the size of the move, but that when the stochastic RSI has been bottom, we've taken a move up. Bottom, move up. Bottom, move up. So that's where we're at right now with OMG, and you can see we're in this bull pennant here, and we're breaking out from that. I really, really would not be surprised if we saw some big volume come in. So OMG. Next, Algorand. Now, you could draw a couple different lines here. You could possibly draw one right here and see that we're not quite broken out yet. I like to err on the side of caution, so I like to do that. I consider this more of a failed breakout, but be aware that there is that we could be looking at. And also the 50-day moving average, trying to break through that right now. But you could see trying to break, and breaking this downtrend line. Also, same kind of thing. Bottom stochastic RSI, move up. Bottom stochastic RSI, small move up. Bottom stochastic RSI, move up. You get the point. We're at a bottom stochastic RSI. So follow the pattern, find the pattern, and play it and be confident in it. That's what I'm doing right now. Filecoin, nice move today. Break from the downtrend here. Support held at this 60.7 mark, actually above it. So very nice to see. I expect to meet the 50-day moving average before we see any real resistance. Again, stochastic RSI bottom, move up. Stochastic RSI bottom, big move up there. Stochastic RSI bottom, move up. So we're at the bottom of the stochastic RSI. I'm expecting at least a little move up. I could also see the 200-day moving average coming down, meeting resistance here around $80. I'm looking first for the 50-day moving average for my trade. For my core holdings, I'm looking for a little more continuation. I'm willing to hold on a little more, but I'm looking for that 74.78 currently. It might come down a little bit to like 74.50. 74 I'll look to sell my trade at, or slightly higher. But breaking out right now, looking really good. Volume's good today. I'm expecting a higher volume tomorrow. Next, breaking out as we speak, Kcs Kucoin. This is really nice, really nice. Look at this, just breaking out here from these multiple resistance areas. Don't know if you can quite call that a cup and handle, just because it dipped really low. And, we came up to meet the cup. Usually cup and handle, we'll finish like 10% lower from these highs and then make our handle. So, but, we are looking at a breakout right now. Really, really nice to see. 14.99. Next levels would be right here, around 15.68, looking really good. And then we look to all-time highs. I can't even see that. 19.89.9. So the other thing I like about it fundamentally is that a lot of people have left Binance because, let's face it, people were using a VPN to hide their IP address so they wouldn't know that they were in the United States or something like that, or they were with a VPN showing an IP address from a different country, so they were able to use Binance. Now there's the KYC for every customer, so just to make sure that's not able to happen, because Binance was getting sued by the SEC. I think it was the SEC. I could be wrong on that, but so they're just like, screw it, like we're just gonna make sure that it can't happen. So a lot of money pulled out because people were doing that, and a lot of money pulled out. So now they're looking for other places to go. FTT, Kucoin, another one of those. The same thing might happen with them eventually, but right now I've had people sign up for accounts on Kucoin in the United States and not have any issues, which was the case for me as well. So Kucoin breaking out right now. The breakout level was 14.922, and we're at 14.999. Volume is rising. Volume is picking up. Stochastic RSI is getting a little high, right? So every time we've seen that, not every time, we were up here and we still made a move up, but we did see a little drop. So you might see that. We might hit this 1579, pull back to the 1495 area. That's possible. RSI is getting to 74, so I'd look for this 1568 area, and then if we reach all-time highs, especially on the trade, I'll definitely close out of my position at all-time highs should we get there. RSI is at 74. These lower market cap, though this is like a mid cap to high cap altcoin, they'll see higher RSIs than Bitcoin will see. If Bitcoin sees the 90 RSI, it's going to be the end of the run. Anyways, I guess it doesn't have to be, but it will be. Dogecoin breaking out right now. You see these multiple tests of this trend line. Now we're breaking it. Last time we did, we sold off at the 200-day moving average. Then we came down and bounced off the 50. Breaking out again, looking really good. Would want to see increased volume tomorrow. Wouldn't be surprised if we tested the 200-day moving average tomorrow or the weekend, or by the weekend. Have been wrong on these before, but we'll see how the day finishes out. There's only about 2.5 hours left in the daily candle, so we'll see how that plays out. Breaking out, there hasn't been a lot of attention on Dogecoin lately. The attention has been on Shiba Inu. And we all know like Elon Musk holds a lot of Dogecoin, the richest man in the world. I like buying into the people behind it. I really do. When Facebook was at $15, I was in a lot of marijuana stocks, and that was kind of life-changing for me, 2013 and 14. But Facebook dropped to $15, and people were asking me, should I sell it? Should I sell it? Should I sell it? I said, listen, it may come down another 50%, but you got Mark Zuckerberg behind it. He's a genius. Just because he's a genius, he'll find a way for the stock price to go up significantly. For me, I stayed in the marijuana stocks, which turned out a little better. But, the people behind it are the people, I look into that strongly for my case. So Dogecoin, initially a joke coin, but now you have the richest man in the world behind it. So I always pay attention to it, even if it's not like a big topic of conversation and people aren't really looking into it. It's worth it for me to always pay attention to it. And there's a Dogecoin Foundation, and they're looking for programmers and developers to, make it a better blockchain. More energy efficient. It does have an unlimited supply, so that sucks. But it's breaking out right now. We've been looking to break this trend line for quite a while, and usually this takes off when people ignore it. So we've seen the moves that it can make just from Elon Musk in the bull market in the spring before the big drop over the summer. Just from Elon Musk being on Saturday Night Live made it go up, I think, 200%. So, and he wants to push it. He wants to pump it. So. Do like the price action here. Look, we got some nice volume over here. People picking up shares. Maybe I don't know exactly who that is or how many different transactions that was, but Dogecoin breaking out right now. Last time we sold off once we hit the 200. So good first profit taking area there, and then you could hold some and be confident on a drop or a rise. So look for a break above the 200-day moving average in these two previous resistance, these two previous highs right here at 27.19 and 27.30. So break through the 200, you're looking really solid to continue moving back up there. But right now, good safe entry breaking out from the trend line. So 5 altcoins right there: OMG, Algorand, Filecoin, Kcs, which is Kucoin coin, I think, and Dogecoin. So, some good news articles, some big things that happened yesterday with the futures ETF. Got more ETFs to look forward to that would cause Bitcoin to have to be bought in the ETF. So that would be even bigger news than a futures ETF, where they're essentially trading the price of Bitcoin. They're not essentially trading an ETF with Bitcoin. So great stuff, great excitement, good things to happen. Facebook, whatever, I don't know. I don't really want them in the crypto space because I like crypto for different reasons than just making money. That's a great part to it. But I don't really want them in the crypto space. So happy about that. But and you got more money, with huge funds like PIMCO looking to get into crypto or increase their holdings. So Bitcoin looking good. I'd expect to pull back sometime towards the end of the month, if not sooner. So I don't recommend buying it now. Just hold what you got. Don't try and get too cute. Stay out of your own way. And please hit the like and hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate that so much. Definitely appreciate it so much. Other than that, have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next time. Bye.